Hi everyone, I hope you're all. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin once again. Thank you, support. Okay, big up the CoinsKid crew. So right now, Bitcoin, 2014, number one. 2017, number one. 2021, number one. A lot of people talk about the flipping, and I don't see that yet. Okay, potentially in a few years down the line as we get towards major adoption here for crypto. But I still think we're sort of early adopters here, and it's hard to believe it, and it's hard to get it into your head. But we are actually still early adopters in the space. This is why I always say DCA is the way. Okay, dollar cost average is the way. Part of your monthly paycheck, just buy Bitcoin and whatever project you really like, and just dollar cost average into it. Don't look at the price, buy and go to the beach basically. But obviously if you're trying to time the market, I'll try and do that best for you with these updates that I do. But one thing I want to show you is that Bitcoin is always top dog, and I think it will remain top dog for a very, very long time. It paved the way in this space that we're all involved in, and one of the major problems here, I think, for crypto especially, is the fact that there are too many coins. Okay, there are too many coins. If we take a look at all the crypto projects right here, okay, there are a lot of coins here. I mean, the total amount of coins tracked on CoinGecko at the moment is 11,786. I think it's a lot of coins. It is a lot of coins, and each one promises to do something better than the previous one. So just think about your positions moving forward. In the bear market when it comes. You don't want to be left bag holding halts. That's what I'm trying to say to you. So one thing I'm going to go through this in a moment with you is, if this is the top, right? Look at all these losers here. If you've been buying that, wow, look at that. Oh my God. Here, if you've been buying these, fantastic. Look at that, 30,000. What is that? Wow, that's ridiculous. Wow, who bought that? Anyway, but a lot of these are going to be rug pulls. They are. Look at some of the names. Moby Dick. Okay. Pump ETF. No, pump this coin, please. So, yeah, congratulations to any of the people that get involved in these, but half of these won't be around the next bull market, and they won't. It's some of the more serious projects that you do need to pay attention to here for crypto, especially Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, fantastic project, backed by its exchange. Tether, obviously, stable coin. Solana could potentially be one of those coins that promise this, that and the other, and sort of fades away after it sort of hits its peak and rolls. I'm not saying it's a shit coin or anything like that, but it's something you do need to pay attention to. You've got Cardano, which, to be fair, is always floating in the top 10. It is a fantastic project, and it's paving the way. XRP, how I feel about XRP. That's why I cover it every day. And this little beauty down here, Chainlink. Chainlink is one of my primary holdings. I could be an absolute idiot, but I'm long-term bullish on Chainlink. I am long-term bullish on this particular project, given what it's trying to do and the space in which we're evolving. And equally, you've got Metcalfe's law and adoption effect as well, which I do think that Chainlink's in the early days of that. So this is why I do stack that. That's part of my DCA every month, buying Chainlink. Always has been, always will be. And I'm not really bothered about the price, to be honest with you, because I feel like it's getting in on the floor on the, like Ethereum and Bitcoin. Okay, it's not bolting as well, but one thing Chainlink, I know it's a Bitcoin video, I do apologize. One thing Chainlink did do really well is it did do really, really well in a bear market. Okay, so perhaps potentially it's a bit of a hedge against a Bitcoin and Ethereum and crypto bear market where Chainlink does flourish. So we need to think about that going forward, because again, if we do enter a bear market at any point and Chainlink starts to flourish, that could be where it's going to have its beautiful upside moving forward. So yeah, stack link basically. Again, nothing I say is financial advice, everything is for educational entertainment purposes only. But what I want to show you right now is potentially, given the previous structure of a previous bull market into bear market, what we do usually see here is a top for Bitcoin. Okay, and at that point, you do see a top for Bitcoin, and it starts to come down. Okay, and it holds a key level support, pretty much like it's doing right now. But then it starts to come back up and create something called a dead cat bounce. It's at that point alts begin to rally and go with Bitcoin. Okay, and then as Bitcoin sort of rolls again, then alts continue. And this is why in the previous bull market, XRP flourished. I mean, if we look here, XRP December 2021 was down here at 80. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong chart. Well, it's this one here. That's the wrong list. That's the current list. But XRP here was in fourth, and it was trading at 25 cents as Bitcoin was approaching 20k. Now, what happened is Bitcoin rolled, came back up towards the end of December right there and attacked the 20k high, but it failed to break it, and it sort of rolled at 17k, you know. So with that dead cat bounce, it started to roll. A lot of money from Bitcoin poured into the alts, and this is where you see that massive rush and push in the altcoins. Now if we do get something very similar over the next month here for crypto, where Bitcoin retraces and then rolls an altcoin surge, then that is a big precursor, a big massive tick. Okay, this cycle is absolutely mirroring the previous ones, and we are looking to roll into the bear. So I'll always make you aware, okay, but at the minute it's not doing that. Bitcoin's not even retracing. Alts are stagnant. If anything, they're going down and losing more value than Bitcoin. So, you know, for me, Bitcoin's holding its feet, it's holding strong, it's holding a range, and I think you're looking at accumulation at the moment for Bitcoin. I think you potentially, given that, you know, I've done updates this week, I think you might be looking at some kind of lengthening cycle here for Bitcoin and crypto. So I'm just going to jump into a chart right now to show you something, okay? So before I look at the charts, I just want to show you this tweet I did this morning. Basically, the road to 260k Bitcoin has and always will be a bumpy one. Imagine getting in on that blue line before it gets to 260k. Those late to the party may get another chance if they are lucky. Watch this space. So basically, look, this top here is my bull market top, and this blue band is my bear market low. You can see in the previous bear market here, when we topped out in 2017, we rolled into the bear, and this blue line acted as support. I mean, what an amazing entry point. I'm going to label this blue line, okay? It's on a 5-day time frame as well, using the Gaussian channel as well, because you can see you're getting confirmation of bear because the Gaussian's turning red, and at that point you do low ball out, and look where you find support on the beautiful blue line, which I'm calling the buy, you know, buy as much Bitcoin as you can and go to the beach basically signal for Bitcoin. You know, historically it's always bounced off it in the bear, so it's an amazing level of support and a fantastic entry point. And in my opinion, it is the bear market low, and I don't think Bitcoin is ever going to go below this blue line. Essentially, you know, it could do in the future, who knows. And if we do roll and we do lose that, then potentially we're looking at a larger correction for Bitcoin further down the line. But at the minute you can see it's holding like an absolute boss. Even in this Corona dump, imagine putting some bids down there on that blue line. Okay, so as in time as well, you can see that as we creep up, I'm going to show you on the charts in a minute, but for me, I think that that is an amazing level of support. You know, that blue line, the CoinsKid level of support basically. You know, so if it does come again, wow, what an opportunity. You know, what an opportunity. Because you can see the top of the band here is slowly coming up, you know, to meet a white line, the 260k, potentially by the end of 2022 as well, which paves way to the lengthening cycle. So potentially this little stagnant bit that we're going through here, this level of consolidation, is just a mid-range, mid-cycle sort of slowdown, isn't it, before we start to build back up and come up to this white line. Okay, but if we was to roll into the bear, then you can see what an amazing opportunity that blue line offers right there for Bitcoin. And that blue line currently sits at, and I'm going to show you right now. So this little blue line that I've dropped into my charts is an amazing signal, I think. I think it's I'm going to call it the CoinsKid buy and go to the beach, ultimate CoinsKid buy and go to the beach signal, okay? So this is your ultimate sell and go to the beach signal. You can't get a better signal than that, you know, and this is your ultimate buy and go to the beach signal from CoinsKid, okay? So, you know, if we look in the previous bull run here, and unfortunately we've not got enough data on this particular indicator that I've brought in, but you can see in this previous correction, you know, boom, you would have been doing something like that, and then just here, sell and go to the beach, buy and go to the beach, see you later. Sell and go to the beach, buy and go to the beach, see you later. Absolute ultimate signal, isn't it? You know, so again, you know, we've not had this ultimate sell and go to the beach signal of this bull run just yet, okay? So I do anticipate that it's still here, it's in front of us. Like I said to you, we've got a task ahead of us, and I do think eventually this sort of red band's going to creep up. The price action, whatever it decides to do, will eventually get there in this bull run that we do find ourselves in for Bitcoin, you know, and paving the way to this lengthening cycle, which I see a lot of analysts calling for, you know, because look, you've got this peak to peak, and then you've got this peak to peak, and right now potentially you're going to have another peak to peak, and you can see that they're getting longer, the cycles are getting longer. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to look at that and see that, okay? And this particular event here is this particular event here, this mid-cycle sort of top, intermediate top before we go on, basically. So, you know, I do think that this particular blue band just here, the CoinsKid ultimate buy and go to the beach signal on the 5-day time frame, is going to offer an amazing opportunity, you know, in the future. So we'll keep an eye on this. But what comes first? Does a retest of this blue line, wherever it is, or does a retest of this red top band come first, and this is what I can't determine. Obviously, if you start to roll here and lose a key level of support, then yes, I do think potentially going to come down to this blue line. But what I'm saying right now is so many people are calling for 10k, 14k, bear market, 20k Bitcoin, but at the moment this blue line here sits at 20k. This is where it is. It sits at 20k, which is a previous all-time high. So for me, you know, if you look at the particular events here for this particular blue line, when we topped out here, the blue line continued to rise, okay, continued to rise from the point in which we topped. So you can see that the price came down to it, but the blue line, the indicator, that's the ultimate buy and go to the beach indicator, rose to it, even though it was coming down. Just here, and we had this top here, this intermediate top just there in April, you know, when everyone was screaming bear market, and I was saying, you look, it's corrective phase of a bull market, hold on to the edge of your seats, you're okay. And it exactly was that, and we held that low just there. Amazing. The 1272, I've gone through that with you already, okay? But you can see at that point just there, look, we topped just there, but what did the price action do and the blue line? The price action came down and the blue line was trying to come up to meet it, wasn't it? So right now, we're doing exactly the same here. We've put a little top in just there, and you can see this blue line essentially is trying to come up as the price action does come down potentially. And if it starts to come up, this is where you're going to see a little nice touch, and that's you're going to get your continuation. So this here is 20k. So those calling for 20k, given this historical data, if this always holding a low and a bear and a correction, then no, you're not seeing no 20k Bitcoin. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? I do potentially see this. I'm going to show you right now. This is a potential scenario I see for Bitcoin and the crypto markets right here. Is a potential head and shoulders pattern. Like I said to you, I think in an earlier video, you know, I'm looking at its potential head and shoulders pattern play out over the next sort of few months here. We've got this left shoulder, this head, and a potential right shoulder. If we fail to break the high and we put in a bit of a dead cat bounce right here for Bitcoin, if we lose this key level support, you can see the technical target of a head and shoulders pattern would be wherever we lose the line like that. And this is where you can see this blue line start to creep up, okay, and as the price action comes down, this is where potentially this blue line could meet it eventually. Do you see that? So this is a potential play. This scenario right here is a possibility. But is it a bear market? I don't necessarily think it is. I think it's just a correction, basically. It could potentially be the wave 4 correction because, you know, this wave 4 can be quite complex, and this essentially could be, this could have been your A wave down, this could be your B wave up, and that could be your C leg down like that, and that's a wave 4, and then you've got your wave 5 up. Now this, if it does happen, like I posted on Twitter, could offer an amazing opportunity to anyone that's missed out on the Bitcoin or the crypto train, because at this point here could be your low, and we see it starts to come back up, and it pays way to the lengthening cycle right here, you know, attacking that high. You know, we've had this sort of beautiful Elliott waves theory here, where we've gone 1, 2, 3, there's your 4, and there's your 5, something like that, okay? And this is a deeper wave 4 correction than we anticipated. You know, we're putting kind of an irregular correction basically here for Bitcoin. So this is a potential scenario that I'm looking at, and if it does come, wow, what an opportunity. But to prevent this, all we've got to do is come up and break this high. If we start to come up right now after this level of accumulation just here that I am looking at for Bitcoin, if we do start to do that and come up, break that high, you're looking at continuation, and you're never going to see these levels until another bull market, until another bear market, sorry. And you can see in each bear market this offers a fantastic level of support, but here as the price does start to move up, this blue line is going to move up, move up, move up. So your absolute low in the bear is going to move up as well, you know, and until sort of Bitcoin squeezes up like that, you know, and eventually pops and breaks resistance basically. So yeah, that's basically a quick little update for you on Bitcoin today. You know, a sort of macro look, and this chart to me is telling me that we're absolutely bullish as anything, you know, but potentially even if we do roll and we sort of create this dead cat bounce scenario and this head and shoulders, you know, it's still beautiful, isn't it? It's still a fantastic entry point just there on this blue line, wherever it starts to creep up to, could potentially be around about the mid 25k mark, you know. But one thing we have done here for Bitcoin is create this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful level of support, this foundation here for Bitcoin over a very long time there. We've got that support there, came up, made a high, support, 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 and broke out. I remember at this point everyone thought this was a head and shoulders and we're going to go down to here like sub-zero basically, but it never came, did it? So we'll watch this space, and as this starts to sort of play out, we'll keep an eye on it and we'll trade it, you know. And what an opportunity if it does come down here to this blue line ever again. Like I said to you, it's the ultimate buy and go to the beach signal, ultimate sell and go to the beach signal, which we've not had yet in this bull run. Ultimate buy and go to the beach signal, you know, for Bitcoin. That's a quick little update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care everyone. Bye bye.